We welcome you to the Southwood County 2000 football field in Wisconsin Rapids, bringing you live coverage of the Assumption Royals in their final regular season home game. And we remind all of our viewers on Solaris Channel 3 and Charter Channel 985 that our normal Thursday evening government programming will resume following tonight's live football broadcast. My name is Milt Van Atta, joined by Artnett Gedsick and David Ballerstein. We're all set to bring you live coverage all across the platforms of Wisconsin Rapids Community Media on our cable partners, as well as WisconsinRapidsCommunityMedia.com and the Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. WRCM is your best search of that on Facebook, live streaming on Facebook. So we're really excited to bring you this game. The Royals are 5-3. They had a big win just 5 days ago, and it'll be interesting to watch what the impact is on the Royals tonight. You know, second game in 5 days, and now to our right, the Royals are honoring their parents. You can see a quick introduction of the seniors. We're just going to take a look at that and watch that as just before opening kickoff tonight, seniors honored along with their parents.
Mr. and Mrs. Jeff and Amy Coulter. Cole Drexler, son of Mr. and Mrs. Charlie and Tama Drexler. Joe Grenhofer, son of Mr. and Mrs. Greg and Kay Grenhofer. John Godellis, son of Mr. and Mrs. Peter and Becky Godellis. Matt Hassel, son of Mr. and Mrs. Al and Brenda Hassel. Lucas Youngworth, son of Mr. and Mrs. Pete and Sarah Youngworth. Nick Olson, son of Mr. and Mrs. Ron and Linda Olson. Jake Sullivan, son of Mr. and Mrs. Jeff and Cindy Sullivan. And Ben Navarka, son of Mr. and Mrs. Nick and Cindy Navarka. And now for the Auckland girls tennis team. Alyssa Elson, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Bob and Julianne Elson.
This is a fall senior commemoration. We're going to get the girls tennis seniors introduced. I think this might have been just a bit inserted at the last moment. Thorp was on the field ready to kick off, and all of a sudden the senior football players rushed over to the sidelines for this little ceremony.
Jacqueline Hunt, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Tom and Kathy Hunt. Lexi Jackson, daughter of Mrs. Tina Jackson. Mason Johnson, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. West and Nikki Johnson. And Rachel Kaminsky, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Tom and Pam Kaminsky. How about a big round of applause for Assumption football team and tennis seniors this evening. Thank you, seniors, for all your efforts. Really appreciated by all the fans here at Assumption High.
Royals will receive this opening kickoff. Thorp is about set to kick it away. Temperatures in the mid-50s. It's comfortable in that regard. At times there is a mist that is falling. We haven't had rain per se, but a mist, light to heavy mist from time to time, but nothing persistent. The wind, very, very light from the south-southeast as we get this game underway. It's Craig Elson that will be dropping back deep He will be flanked by John Gedelis and by Cole Stats. Royals would love to get this football game tonight. Whenever you play, you want to win. That's your goal. But that would give them a 6-3 record. They'd be at a .667 winning percentage, and really optimistic to see that playoff seeding come Saturday from the WIAA. The playoff spot is clinched. They will be a plus 500 team, but they can really improve things with the wins. Stats returning it to the far side. And he'll bring it out to, the 34-yard line is what we're going to call it. Jacob Sullivan returned in-game on Saturday from his Week 1 broken ankle, and he's in there from the start tonight at quarterback. We'll keep an eye and see if he plays defensively as well or just quarterback here tonight. Full house backfield. Elson Stats and Ashbeck. It's Teddy Ashbeck inside, and he gets little or nothing as he hits a stone wall, and that stone wall was first Kyle Anderson, the senior lineman. There's the chain gang on the far side, and they say no gain on that first down run. Option play. Sullivan keeps 5 and 7 before taken down at the 42-yard line. That'll be a third down and right at 3 yards to go. Just basing it on that run alone, Sullivan looks more comfortable than he did on Saturday when he was testing out that rehabilitated injury on the leg. Third down and short, so they'll give it to Stotts, and he will not get even back to the line of scrimmage. He's taken down for a loss, half a yard, maybe a yard. Nonetheless, it's fourth down in about 4, and the Royals are going to elect to punt. Gedelis will kick it away to Reese Drost, and you'll be hearing that name plenty tonight because Drost is the starting quarterback as well. Thorp Cardinals down from the northwest for this one tonight in the Cloverwood. Drost, he might be concerned that hit him, so he's going to cover it up back at the 17-yard line, and that's a nice chunk of yardage that helps out the Royals.
John Gedelis punt fielded by Reese Drost. First and 10 to the Cardinals.
Just about a 40-yard punt for Gedelis there. And we get our first look at the Thorp Cardinals. Drost is the quarterback. Peyton Montgomery is the tailback. So Thorp shows 2 receivers, a slot back and a halfback, with Drost who wants to throw. He's a lefty. He's in trouble. He's rolling out to his right. Now it's going to be hard for him to throw. It's on his offside, so he takes off running. First down and more. 35-40 and all the way out across the 40-yard line before he is forced out of bounds. Initially, he was pressured in the pocket, forced to pull the ball down. And boy, when he got the edge, and he went all the way up to the 40-yard line. That is a 23-yard scramble by Mr. Reese Drost, 6'2", 180-pound senior. Looked like there was movement, no flags that I see. Drost still has it. He wants the edge again. He's got the edge again. Now there's a penalty flag that'll bring it back. He's able to pick up another 20 yards, but a penalty flag right back on the edge, which is going to be a hold against Thorp, and will bring this one all the way back, I believe, to the 30-yard line and bring up a 1st and 20 instead of a 1st and 10 at the Assumption 40. But you can tell already in just these first two plays that Reese Drost is going to be a handful tonight for the Royal defense, and they are going to have their hands full keeping him contained, because when he gets outside, he has got quickness and he's got burst, and he can make some big plays. Now they're just talking about placement here of where the foul occurred and where they'll begin the mark off from. It looks like it'll go from the 42 back to the 32. Nope. 15-yarder. Personal foul against Thorp. Well, that's a huge, huge penalty that makes a 1st and 10 into a 1st and 23.
Against Thorp. 15-yard penalty.
Well, now let's see if that's a drive stopper. That's what you hope for when that happens, when you're on the field defensively, is that'll just be too much to overcome. Look at this formation now. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, no tight ends, 1 halfback. And Drost fakes the screen, steps up, he's hit in the pocket. Cole Drexler's got him, Grundhofer's got him, and down he goes. Back at the 22-yard line.
Reese Drost tackle in the backfield.
All the way back at the 22-yard line, and we have got ourselves a penalty, no, an injured player, excuse me. Number 57, Art. Emmanuel Lacan then is that player, one of the linemen, a senior, 6'1", 255 pounds. And they're attending to him.
But I have to remind everyone that Assumption this week conducting a penny war.
McCann is in the pocket and just engaged, and I think got hit from behind, got rolled up on perhaps, as so often happens in that situation. So much going on in that pocket when passing plays. Drexler and Grundhofer combined for the sack. Lucas Youngworth was in on that play too. We might want to divvy it up into thirds of a sack as well.
Down in the south.
2nd and 28 after the loss of 5 on the sack. Well, we know Thorp's going to spread the field and try to spread out the defense and make some big plays. Let's see if they're making big plays on the negative side here on this after that big first down run. They fake far side, near side, throw the screen far side to Montgomery, and a beautiful job there of reading that play and responding by Cole Stats. Cole got there and stopped him after a very short gain of 2 or 3 yards. So the ball is at the 24-yard line, and they've got to get all the way up to midfield for a first down. So this is a 3rd and 26. 2 receivers to each side. Montgomery behind Drost. Royals bring 5. Drost steps up, runs. Breaks a tackle at the 35. He's at the 40. He's into the secondary, down at the 46-yard line. Oh, man, he was one broken tackle away from getting there. I'm not totally certain what Royal was able to get there and make that play, but that was a huge tackle at the 47-yard line. But it's close enough. It was 3rd down and 26, and they got 23. It's close enough for the Thorp Cardinals to go here on 4th down from midfield. First down run and more by Drost at the 40. Well, that hurts because you had them 3rd and 26 and they're able to convert that and get to the Royal 40-yard line. Just a huge run again by Drost. We can already mark down that one of the keys in the football game tonight will be how you can, the Royals are able to control and contain Reese Drost, the quarterback. Now they'll bring in a tight end and a slot back, and they'll give it to Montgomery. He'll get stopped short of the line of scrimmage, losing a yard and a half. We'll give him a loss of 1 on the play at the 41-yard line. 2nd down and 11. Drost throws. Is that one caught at the 35? It is. Caught there at the 35-yard line by Jacob Rosemeyer.
Pass complete to Jacob Rosemeyer. 3rd down and 5.
If that play was of full indication, Drost is not as dynamic a passer as he is a runner. We'll see, though. That is still to be determined. In the pocket. Now he starts to scramble. Now he goes down. Back at the 45. First man there was Grundhofer. Joe Grundhofer getting a sack there, and we're going to give him a sack and a half on the night. And on the drive, this is the initial possession of the night by Thorp. So it's 4th and long. 4th down and 15. First down's right at the 30-yard line, and with Drost off on the sidelines, it looks like this will be a punt. And it will, as Rosemeyer will punt it away. It's Craig Elson who's waiting at his own 15. High kick, good kick. That bounds at the 18 and goes out of bounds. They're going to say the 20. Nope, the 18. We'll go right back there to the 18-yard line, and that's where the Royals will take over with the 1st and 10, as we have 5 minutes and 13 seconds to go here in this first period. Dive play to Ashbeck inside. He gets maybe a yard to the 19-yard line. Remember, fans, that the Royals, in terms of offensive personality, are not that unlike the Wisconsin Badgers, and that oftentimes they have to just pound on a team to soften up that defense before some of those runs start breaking. We saw that in Saturday's game, in which Assumption had a strong second period and got control of the line of scrimmage. Look at Cole's stats, and he is out across the 35 to the 36-yard line with the 1st down. Big run there by Cole.
1st down, Royals.
Going to mark it right at the 35-yard line. We remind all of our live viewers that regular Thursday evening governmental program will resume after our live prep football broadcast. First down play, Sullivan still got it, he'll keep it. He has the 40 before he is turned back at around the 42 or 3. That's a nice pickup on first down of about 7 yards.
Big Sullivan, the keeper. Stop 7.
That play has been there so far tonight on that near side option play. Sullivan's kept it, and he's gotten good yardage on both of his carries. Run the option the other side. Stats has a little cutback move that'll get him across midfield down to the Thorp 49. It's the first down run again. So what's the formula for Royal first downs on this drive? Stotts and Sullivan running the football. First and 10. Stats is the motion man. Sullivan looking for Gadelis. Grundhofer short. Throws long for Gadelis. He's out there. He's got it at the 20. Makes the move to the 15 and is pushed out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. It's
number 84, John Gadelis. First down, Royals.
Grundhofer was the short route. Gadelis was the deep route, and John adjusted back to that pass and made a big play. A 34-yard play for the Royals. The cry from the Thorp sideline was, watch the fullback. They anticipate just that straight ahead bull run by Ashbeck here on first down. And it's Sullivan keeping, and he's on his way inside of the 5 to about the 6-yard line.
Sullivan the keeper. Picks up 7 on the play.
Going to mark it at the 7, a gain of 7. Second down for the Royals. See that we have a Thorp fan watching on our Facebook stream, and we welcome those folks from Thorp who are watching our Wisconsin Rapids community media coverage across all the different platforms. Option Sullivan pitches it back to Elson, makes a move and makes the end zone for the touchdown. The final 7 yards is by Craig Elson, and the Royals go on top 6-0. The touchdown comes at the 2:22 mark of the first quarter. Elson from 7 yards out. 6-0 Royals. That was an impressive drive for Assumption. Just the option coming back to the near side. Here's Gadelis for the point after. And it's 7-0 Royals. 2:22 to go here in this first period. The final 7 covered by Craig Elson, and just a beautiful job by Jacob Sullivan on as he options here. Draws in that defender. Beautiful move to the inside by Elson in the touchdown. There's some of the Thorp faithful who made the trip down over in the east bleachers. So Gadelis will kick it away. Thorp has 2 men back at about the 17-yard line to receive this kick. Picked up at the 22 and dropped. 25. Now Montgomery coming back to near the 30-yard line before Cole Stats makes tackle. Cole always seems to be making a play from the defensive secondary and special teams. He has his nose around the football. We saw that on Saturday, and we've seen it all season long. And there it is again. From the 30-yard line on the near hash, Thorp, now down 7-0, will take over. Pitches to Montgomery, looking to the far side. He's in trouble, and down he goes, well behind the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be a loss of about a yard and a half. But that hole that he was looking for was just taken away all at the very, very start of that play. We're going to call it 2nd and 11 for the Cardinals with 1:45 for the first. There's a pitch back and a halfback option throw long down the far side and overthrown at the 35-yard line. Rosemeyer was the intended receiver. I am sorry, but I cannot identify the halfback who threw that pass because he wears number 24, and we do not. Nope, that wasn't 24. It was 20. Yeah, I think that was Carter Caraba, number 28, that threw the football. I beg your pardon there. So here comes the 3rd and 11 play. This time Rose has a little time. It's breaking down. He's in big trouble now. Rolling right. And he's back to the line of scrimmage and a yard or two beyond it, but no more. And the Royals have forced this Thorp Cardinal team to punt again.
4th and 10.
And that will be the key for the Royals defensively, to get that pressure on and keep contained, to keep him as contained within the pocket as they can, because he can run the football. Greg Elson at his own 42 awaits this kick. Low line drive that Elson will watch and then pick up at the 37, breaks a tackle as he comes forward to the 45, but there is a flag. It was right where Thorp was coming in contact with the Royals. Could this be a face mask? Normally on a kick return you think, oh, it's a hold or something of that sort, but I didn't really see a Royal by that flag attempting to block. Now they're going to move him back. I guess that was just
against the Royals.
It's going to take the ball back to the 30.
First and 10 on the 30-yard line.
So the Royals up 7-0 late first quarter. Take it back over at their own 30. In the pocket, Sullivan feels the heat, throws deep for Godellis at the 45. He's got it, and he's gone at the 30 and on his way to a 70-yard touchdown. The Royals move on top by a score of 13-0. It's Sullivan to Godellis from 70 yards away. There's going to be a jump ball here at the 45. The Thorp Cardinal cut in front of Godellis to make a play on the ball, and the ball over the outstretched arms of the Thorp defender to Gadelis, who had nothing in front of him but a touchdown to complete the 70-yard play. 13-0 Royals. And the extra point is good. It's 14-0 in favor of the Royals. What a strong start to this one for Assumption. Elson from 7, Sullivan to Gadelis from 70. 14-0 in favor of the Royals. And the mist is back. We have not, I saw players slip in warm-ups, but I haven't seen them slip during the game in an obvious way. Maybe they noticed some footing issues, but it's not been obvious to the observer. And we haven't seen any signs that the football has been hard to handle and keep a hold of. Just, you can see that mist. Not unlike the mist that the Cubs and the Nationals played in at Wrigley Field throughout yesterday's game. There's John Gadelis all set to kick it away. Taken at the 20-yard line by Gross, the quarterback. He's got some space here to the 40 and to the 41-yard line. Tacklers are Ben Viverka and Nick Olson. So Thorp will take over at their own 41-yard line. Good field position here for the Cardinals, and they need something positive to happen offensively, as they are in a 2-score hole. And the rain getting heavy enough that some of the fans in the stands have popped up the umbrellas. Montgomery runs into a wall at the line of scrimmage, led by Lucas Youngworth. Youngworth, Viverka, that whole interior of the Royals just stopping the, there you go, there's those umbrellas coming out as the mist gets heavier here at the Southwood County 2000 field. It's a draw play to Montgomery. Oh, look at that. Just hanging on for dear life. That's number 76, who is Lucas Youngworth. That's going to be close to a first down run. We'll see what they say after the mark. But Youngworth had a handful of Montgomery's jersey, and he would not let go. He hung on and waited for help, and Montgomery drug him for 6 yards, and that will be what? Well, we're going to wait until they switch ends. It's always nice to have the quarter break come at the midfield area. Don't make the long walk to the other end. Elson runs in from 7. Sullivan hits Gadelis from 70. And the Royals lead the Thorp Cardinals 14-0 after 1. So as we get ready for the beginning of the second quarter, the first down was credited to Thorp, so they have a first down, and they're at the 49-yard line of the Royals. Assumption up 14-0. Again, we're playing in a reasonable mist here as the That's to Montgomery. And he has his work cut out for him just to get back to the line of scrimmage. And it was 3 players there that have consecutive numbers. Ben Viverka 75, Lucas Youngworth 76, Matt Colehurst 77. Just wouldn't move out of the middle of that line. They just would not be moved. Second down and a step past 10. Drost outside. First down more, 35. Down he goes at the 30-yard line. I tell you, when he gets the edge, it's big time dangerous. And he got free there, and he's able to take it all the way down to the Royal 31-yard line. So that's a run of about 18 yards. Motion through the backfield. Oh, there was a loose football. Drost still has it. He's sneaking away to the 25. And down he goes at about the 26-yard line. I don't know if Quade Webster was supposed to get the football and it was a broken play, and then Drost just took off. I don't know about that, but it didn't look very smooth in the backfield. But it picked up 4 at 2nd and 6 from the 26 of Assumption. Now Drost still has it, and he's going to go down. A big play in the backfield by Matt Hazel. Matt Hazel, one of those seniors who's playing tonight on what is senior night, introduced with the parents before the game began. What a play. What a play that Hazel made. I just can't say enough good things about how the front of the Royals is playing, making penetration and going through and slamming Drost to the turf back at the 32-yard line. 3rd down and 13. And now sheets of mist are coming across the playing surface. Drost in the pocket. Pressure's coming. Down he goes again, all the way back at the 41-yard line. Another sack, and it was Joe Grundhofer getting in there again.
Tackle in the backfield, Joe Grundhofer.
For Grundhofer now, 2.5 sacks on the night, and my unofficial count, and trust me when I say unofficial, is that's 4 sacks for the Royals. Total of 2.5 to Grundhofer alone. So it's 4th down, and here comes the punt team onto the field with Rosemeyer. Nelson will drop back to the 10-yard line. Good pressure coming from Grundhofer as the punt hits at the 15 and will be down at the 11-yard line. So the Royals have 89 yards in front of them. But the good news is right there on that scoreboard, 14-0 Royals with 8:47 to go in the second quarter. And again, particularly as you look in the that lighted area of the upper left-hand corner of the screen, you can see that mist just floating down in sheets here tonight. Sullivan, little counter play to Craig Elson, and he steps across the 10 and comes up here. Oh, they're going to call it the 13-yard line. That's a 2-yard pickup.
Craig Elson, the gain of a couple.
And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. More than anything else right now, you just don't want to make a mistake and give the football back to Thorp in advantageous position here. You just want to be clean with the football. With the rain, and you're deep in your own end, and you've got the nice lead here. It's a pitch out. It's Stats. He gets away to the 15. Flag in the backfield. Don't mind what Stats is doing here all the way up to midfield and beyond, because it's coming back. Penalty flag back at the 10, and the Royals will find themselves around their own 6.5-yard line with a second down and about 15-16. There was a hold there on the key block that allowed Stats to cut inside and find room up the near sideline. I'm going to mark it all the way back at the 4-yard line. And the first down's across the 20 at the 21. So it's second down and 17 for the Royals. Sullivan rolling right. He's throwing, and it's well behind Godellis at about the 15. Jacob had a little pressure that time. He wasn't able to step forward and throw off of his front foot, and that's why that ball was well short of Godellis. It was that pressure. Third now, and very long from deep in their own end. And I hear the call timeout. That comes from the Royals with 7:42 to go in this second quarter. You watch the Royals come over to talk to their head coach, Jeff Sullivan, and we take a little bitty timeout here. You're watching Assumption Royal football on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. So, Coach, what's your play call on 3rd and 17 from deep in your own end? I would guess that they would be rather conservative. They have a 14-point lead, and their defense is playing outstanding football through the first quarter and almost half now. Jeff Sullivan taking the time out to go over this scenario with his team. They're just going to run that option. The pitch is back to Stats. He's got the edge. He's got the first down at the 25. He's still going at the 30. He's at the 40. Midfield. Still no whistles. He's popped to the ground at the 45-yard line. Oh, my. Well, what they did is they ran the play that was whistled down for the penalty. They ran it on 3rd and 17 all the way back there at the 4-yard line, and it gains them. Now, look at that play. Got the edge. Beautiful block by Elson. And it's a 51-yard run. So you know what I got to believe now, as Coach Sullivan said, that play popped wide open a minute ago. We're going to run it again. We're just not going to hold this time. And he just got them so confident, and they executed the play to perfection, and now the drive is very much alive in the Thorp end of the field. Little crossbuck action to Elson. He's taken down at the 42 after a pickup of 3. And a whistle there for a player on the Thorp defense that is down. There's the young man that was hurt on that last play. And they continue to attend to that young man. See, laying there at about the 39. Now they're going to get him up. And he'll be heading off. Number 12, Quade Webster. Plays linebacker on defense, halfback on offense. So now the officials will get the teams back onto the field with 6:48 to go in the second quarter. Assumption up 14-0 and threatening for more here with the 2nd and 8 at the Thorp 43. Sullivan tucks it into the belly of Ashbeck. First down into the secondary at the 30. One man to beat. He's dragged down at the 15-yard line. A burst there by Ashbeck all the way down to the 15-yard line. And the Royals continue to pop off the big plays. Just that inside handoff that they've been using throughout the night. And the gain goes down to the 15. It's a 27-yard pickup. And just maybe there was a face mask on that tackle that was not flagged. It's Sullivan on the keeper. And he's hit down hard inside of the 10-yard line. You're going to mark that just about at the 9. No, excuse. Yeah, just about the 9-yard line. So 2nd down and 7 after that nice pickup on first down. This time it's Ashbeck. He's fighting and grinding ahead for what is just shy of a first down. There you see that we have 5 minutes to go in this second quarter. 3rd and less than a yard at about the 6. I think it's Ashbeck again, and he's got the 4, got the 3, all the way down to near the 1-yard line. If we look at the line judge on the near side, we're going to call that the 1-yard line off that first down run. So 1st and goal for the Royals, looking to expand on this 14-0 lead. And a whistle. I think we've got one of the linebackers of the Cardinals who has an equipment issue. Maybe a broken chin strap there. They're going to have that young man, that's Peyton Montgomery, the halfback that we've seen carry the ball frequently tonight. He'll have to go off until that helmet is repaired. And here comes his replacement, Matt Drost. Yeah. Now on the 1st and goal play, the pitch back is to Elson. He's hit and fighting through the initial tackle. He will get back to about the 2-yard line where it will be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play, 2nd goal.
Ashbeck has left the game. Big man in the backfield, one of the linemen. I think that they'll just run behind here. Cole Drexler's come in, and we've got a carry that is a Royal touchdown to make it 20-0. And I think that was Stats who carried the football. I'm not 100% sure of that. Did they give it to the big lineman that they had in the backfield? Oh, they did. They gave it to Drexler. Wow. They brought him in at fullback, and they said, here, stop this big fella. They did not. Drexler went in for the touchdown that made it 20-0 Royals with 3:21 to go in the second quarter. Just gave it to the big fella, and he just poured through and got the touchdown. 20-0. You know, I'm not sure what this, did anyone catch what the delay is for? Now they'll come right back out and have the extra point. Both teams went towards their respective sidelines, but I'm not sure what that was about. Royals 20 and Thorp nothing. Neither team charged a timeout there. We've only had the one timeout in the half. And the point after, Fidelis is a perfect 3 for 3. The Royals, late second quarter, lead Thorp 21-0, looking to complete a 6-3 regular season. We'll have the kickoff momentarily on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Plenty of congratulations for Cole Drexler along the near sidelines after his 2-yard touchdown run. And the Royals firmly in control of this one right now, 21-0. And right now you just want to focus on not letting Thorp get a score here near the end of the half that would garner them any kind of momentum to take into the locker room at halftime. They'll get the ball to start the third quarter, so you don't want to give them that opportunity to get back-to-back scores without you ever touching the ball and getting right back in the game. Reese Dorst is able to return that one out to the 27-yard line.
Tackle by Craig Elson. First down for the Cardinals.
Four receivers, 2 to the far side as well. Dorst again feeling the pressure, and again he goes down. Lucas Youngworth with the 7th sack of the night, I believe, for the Royals. My goodness, what a night for the defensive front of the Royals. I believe unofficially that I'm going to make a mark here. The fifth team sack of the night. So it's second down and very long. Dorst in the pocket. Grundhofer chasing from behind, throws it in the middle of the field, and Gedelis goes for the interception but can't haul it in at the 37-yard line. And again, Dorst was on the run. He had no chance to stop, set his feet, and throw off his front foot. And that pass had little chance to be completed. And when your quarterback's on the run like that and can't set to throw, it doesn't portend well. And that was closer to an interception than a completion. So on third and very long, third and we're going to call it 17, there's 3 receivers to the near side of the formation. Instead, it's Dorst keeping the football. He's got some room. He's got the 30. He's got the first down as he crosses the 40-yard line. Well, there wasn't a lot of mystery. They flooded the near side with 3 receivers to get the defense leaning to that side of the field. Then that open far side, Dorsch just pulled it down, took off, and I don't think he really ever had any intentions of throwing that football. He's able to run it up to the 40 and get the first down with 2:22 to go in the first half. Montgomery slips a tackle at the line and comes across the 40 to the 46-yard line.
Montgomery the carry, picks up 6.
2nd and 4. Remember now that Thorp has all 3 of their timeouts. Flood the near side again with those 3 receivers. You're right down the line of scrimmage. Drost still has it. Breaks a tackle in the open field with a stiff arm and is able to fight down to the 44 of the Royals and get another Thorp first down. Well, he really popped somebody with the stiff arm and laid them on the turf and then was able to get free and go to the 45 for the first down. Flood the short side of the field with all those receivers this time. It's Montgomery on the draw. He's got the 40 for 4. And a minute 15 for the first half. Assumption 21 and Thorp nothing.
Run by Pete Montgomery, timeout on the field.
And the timeout is called by Thorp with 2 remaining for them. It will be 2nd down and 6 for Thorp when we resume play momentarily. Keeping one eye on the playing field and one eye on the clock. Drost has it as he runs to the near side, tucks it in, 40, 35, he's got the edge at the 30, he's at the 20, 15, tries to cut in, breaks his tackle, and another tackle to the 4 or 3 yard line. 36, 37 yards for Reese Drost. He got free, and as we watch it, you can see here that fakes it to Montgomery, gets the edge as Grundhofer goes down, breaks one tackle there. Look at him fight here now, fight through that tackle, and then drags Gadelis down to the 3 yard line. 1st and goal, 50 seconds to go. Drost still has it, dives, reaches, scores with 46 seconds for the 2nd quarter. Drost scores from 3 yards out. And it's 21-6. Assumption's lead cut now to a 2-score lead. Webster set to attempt the point after here. Excuse me, that's Rosemeyer, and he makes it. 21-7 after the touchdown run by Drost. 46 seconds for the half, and the Royals will have 2 timeouts to use with that 46 seconds. They've had their own share of big plays tonight, though they had a 70-yard touchdown pass, Sullivan to Gadelis. They've also broken off several very long runs, so they've got an opportunity here to make a couple of big plays and get back on the board themselves. Remember that Thorp will get the ball to start the third quarter. The Royals have qualified for the playoffs, but there'll be a big difference between going in 6-3 or going in 5-4. You'll get a much more favorable matchup as a 6-3 team, and so tonight's important for many reasons. Rosemeyer will kick it away. Elson is the deepest of the men back there for the Royals. Line drive kick fielded at the 25. This is Stats, who's got the 35, and he's still fighting and is just short of the 40-yard line. So the Royals have 61 or 2 yards to cover. They've got 39 seconds and 2 timeouts to do it. They're going to put that football down right at the 40-yard line, the Royal 40-yard line. Far sideline, the Thorp coach is crying out near side option, or right side option. Sullivan wants to throw a screen. Oh, dangerous pass. Is that a lateral? I believe it is a lateral, and it is recovered back at the 21-yard line by Elson. That was a backward pass, a lateral, that's going to incur a 18 or 19-yard loss, and now the Royals are just going to be inclined to take a knee and get out of the half. That was an ill-advised throw. That ball just shouldn't have been thrown. Sullivan was under big pressure. The would-be receiver was covered like a blanket, and that was one where Sullivan just should have hung on to the football, but nothing hurt because the half expires and the Royals go into the locker room at halftime. Up by 21-7. Elson and Drexler with touchdown runs. Sullivan hit Godellis from 70 yards out, and the Royals lead it 21-7. You are watching Assumption Royal football on the platforms of Wisconsin Rapids Community Media, and we'll have the second half for you after about a 15-minute break. Second half, just seconds away here at the Southwood County 2000 football field. Assumption scored the first 21, but Thorp got a touchdown drive after taking over with 3 minutes and 21 seconds to go in the half to cut the lead to 21-7, and they will get the ball to start this second half. So we're looking at an important juncture in the football game. Thorp gets that football, goes down and scores. We've got ourselves a tight second half. But the Royals get the next score, then they're back up by 3 scores and could be a different texture to this second half. So we're at an important juncture in the football game. This is Wisconsin Rapids Community Media, and we're bringing you Royal football on our cable partners in the greater Wisconsin Rapids area, Solaris Channel 3 and Charter 985 on WisconsinRapidsCommunityMedia.com and live streaming on the Facebook page of Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. WRCM is the best way to search that and to locate the Facebook page. So John Godellis kicks it to the north. The breeze now, the flag here in the south end zone just laying draped down the pole. No wind issues to play in. An occasional mist might make it a little slippery out there. Reese Drost on the kickoff return. He is just so hard to get to the ground. Look at him grind all the way up to the 41-yard line. Just a beautiful job there. He's made some really big plays tonight. First down 10 for Thorp from their own 41. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Montgomery gets it. Straight ahead, right into the middle of that line, which tonight has been a brick wall. Nothing doing on the inside runs. Now, Drost has gotten to the outside and made some things happen on the edge, but the stuff inside just flat out hasn't been there. Those guys inside, Cole Drexler's in there, Youngworth and Ververka and Colehurst, among others, in the middle of that line. 2nd and 10 for Thorp. And it's Drost on the keeper. He's got open field. He's got midfield. He's got the 40. He's got the 30. Spinning and finally pushed out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. John Godellis finally got him out of bounds. But when you give open field to Drost, he'll make some things happen. But this one is coming back. Flag on the play at the 49-yard line. Will be a hold against Thorp. So the play is marked off from the point of the infraction, which means it'll end up being a loss of a couple of yards on the play and will be 2nd and 13. Both teams now have had a big run wiped out by a holding call. Drost still has it, and he's in the backfield, and he's going to go down. It's Hazel, Matt Hazel, who takes him down for a big loss back to the 34-yard line. I unofficially have the Royals now for 5 sacks, but there have been numerous more tackles for losses, and I don't even have a number to venture for you in that regard. But the defensive front has just been in the backfield of Thorp all night long as Youngworth got there with Matt Hazel that time. So here's the 3rd down play. Drost just looking for a place to run. He's broken 1 tackle, but he is not going to get away from that scrum at about the 34-yard line. So the Royals have forced the Cardinals to punt on this opening possession of the first half. And that is a big momentum pickup for Assumption after the half and how the half ended with the big Thorp touchdown. Craig Elson back at his 40. Line drive kick that Elson will just get out of the way of. It's a nice roll. It's going to get about a 13-yard roll back to the 27. So the Royals will take over. 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line. On the first down play, inside handoff, it's to the fullback Ashbeck, and he is stopped after a gain of 1. Neither team has really made much yardage between the tackles. It's been the edge plays that have broken open in this football game. Sullivan wants to throw. He's got Grundhofer wide open. Catch at the 50, 40. And Grundhofer inside the 30. He laterals it to Elson, who's going to score the touchdown. Oh, what a heads-up play by Grundhofer. Oh, my goodness. Joe Grundhofer was absolutely wide open, and he made the catch, and as he was going down, fighting off a would-be tackler, it was then that he spotted behind him, trailing the play, Craig Elson, and he lateraled it to him. Beautifully thrown ball, wide open Grundhofer, and now he's going to be tackled, but oh, there's number 12, and in he goes for the score. 73-yard play. And the touch, no good on the point after.
Point after attempt is no good.
Touchdown comes at 8:28 of the third quarter. 27-7 Assumption. We who have watched the Royals play at home here throughout the season, run first football team, power football team, but they have had a couple of beautiful long pass plays tonight, and that was one of them. 27-7 now. Momentum thoroughly on the blue sideline with Assumption after the defensive stop and then the play. Spiral right in stride to Grundhofer, and then Rosemeyer's going to come along and just hang on, but Elson trailing the play takes it in for about the final 30 yards. John Cadellis with the line drive down to the 17-yard line. And there's the first time tonight that I really noticed a player trying to make a cut and maybe losing his footing, because we have not a heavy but a persistent mist that is falling here at the Southwood County 2000 field. It hasn't been enough that we've had to close our windows in the booth or really has driven any of the fans away. A few have umbrellas out, but it's getting a little slick in the middle of the field now, it looks like. 27-7 Assumption. Give it to Montgomery, and he has got nowhere to go. And you see big old Cole Drexler just saying, give it up, boys. You're not making any yardage in here tonight. And they have not between the tackles. Flooding the field now with 4 receivers, 2 left and 2 right. Oh, motion. Left tackle moved for Thorp. It's going to be 2nd down and 16 after that penalty.
False start against the Cardinals.
Now here's a flea flicker play. Drost throwing down the far sidelines. Man's wide open, makes the catch at the 40. Running in the secondary at the 30. Goodell is slinging him down at about the 25-yard line. Jacob Rosemeyer made the catch They gave it to Montgomery. He put it back into the hands of Drost, and he threw a beautiful ball down the far sidelines. And there's Jacob Rosemeyer to make the catch and make the first down deep into Royal territory. So is that the kind of second half we're going to have? One filled with excitement and big plays. From the 25, Montgomery steps outside and gets 5. That is the first really positive yardage he's gotten running the ball between the tackles. 5-yard pickup down to the 20-yard line. Looking far side, throws the sticks, incomplete. Intended for Rosemeyer. It was Stats on the coverage. 3rd down and 5.5 facing Thorp here. Three receivers to the short side or the top of your screen there. One with man coverage against Elson down here. They run the ball, and it is going to be Montgomery stuffed in the backfield. And again, it's just that whole front. Hazel was through, Drexler was through, Youngworth was through, and forward progress is going to get him back to the 21-yard line for a loss of 1, but now it's 4th down and 6, and the only thing that you can imagine is some type of option play that will get the quarterback Gross to the outside and have the run or pass option. He's a lefty, so they'll probably move him to the top of your screen on some type of option play. They want to set him up in the pocket. He throws to the goal line. It is incomplete. A battle there between Rosemeyer and the cornerback, who was John Gadelis, and Gadelis broke it up, and the Royals have taken over on downs with 5:36 to go in the 3rd quarter. Assumption plus 20 here, in firm control of this football game. Full house backfield. Sullivan keeps it, steps across the 25 to the 26-yard line. So he's got himself 5 on 1st down, 2nd down and 5. Elson threw for the 1st down and just short of the 35-yard line. We're going to mark it at the 33. And this is just about perfect for the Royals. Gain 5 or 6 yards a rush, keep racking up the 1st down, keep possession of the football, keep that clock churning. This is everything that the Royals would hope for right now. Option. It's back to Stats. He wants to get to the edge. He will fight but be taken down for a loss by Reese Drost. And that's going to come back at the, let's see here, where they're going to mark it. They're going to mark that he got back to the line of scrimmage at the, nope, loss of 1 at the 33. just waiting to see the exact play. There you go, loss of 1, 2nd and 11. That play is broken a couple of times tonight for the Royals, but Drost read it well and was right in there to break it up. Sullivan rolling right, throws, got a man, it's caught, it's going to be a touchdown, and a long one. John Godellis for the 2nd time tonight. This is going to be a 65-yard touchdown.
67-yard pass play to John Godellis. Touchdown, Royals.
The 2nd time tonight that Sullivan and Godellis have connected on a long pass play. The man undercut again. That's exactly what happened. Rosemeyer again went for the interception, undercut the play, could not get to the football, and it turned into a long touchdown. The other was 70 yards. This was 65, and Assumption now has broken the game open with a 34-7 lead. The Royals have 3 touchdown plays tonight of more than 60 yards. Godellis' kickoff is a line drive that Brost picks out of the air at the 15-yard line, breaks the tackle, still is on his feet across the 30 to about the 32. We note on Facebook that Terry Stake is watching the game tonight. And hello, Terry. I did my very first broadcast in this community with Terry at the WIAA State Baseball Tournament when Nakusa was playing there in 1986, a little over 31 years ago. And I owe that to Terry for inviting me to be his color man that day and starting 31 years of sports broadcasting in this community. Good to know that you're watching tonight, Terry. And this is going to be a pitch back to Rosemeyer, who's going to throw it, and it was for Drost. Did he catch it at the 44? He did. Well, that's a first down throw from the receiver, Rosemeyer, to the quarterback, Reese Drost, and it will move the chains. Three minutes for the third quarter. And Drost sets up in the pocket. He's throwing to the far sideline, incomplete. Cole Stats is on the coverage at about the 43-yard line. Drost with the pump fake now. He's going long down the far side. Intercepted by Godellis at the 35. Up the sideline to midfield, breaking it to the near sidelines at the 30-yard line. A man in front at the 20. Steps through a tackle at the 15 and is pushed out of bounds at the 12-yard line. Boy, this is John Godellis' night, isn't it? 2 long touchdown receptions, and now this interception and return. Look at the athletic leaping interception. And as he gets to midfield, he brings it to the near side of the field and all the way back down to the 12-yard line. Sullivan keeps it through the middle. He's finally taken down at about the 7-yard line.
Jake Sullivan with the keeper.
About 5 on that first and 10 play. Give this to Ashbeck, and nope, it's Sullivan keeping it, and he's taken down in the backfield. The fake was to Ashbeck. Sullivan kept it. No, are they saying a fumble now?
Recovered by Thorp.
Oh, that was a fumble. I beg your pardon. That play was unclear to me. It turned out to be a fumble that Thorp recovered right at the 6-yard line. So there was a problem with the handoff between Sullivan and Ashbeck, and the ball was loose, and Thorp recovered it at the 6-yard line, and they take over with 1:52 to go in the third quarter. Throw it quickly out here to the near side, that little bubble screen that is so popular, and a gain for a first down out to the 18-yard line. First down here for Thorp.
Pass is complete. First down for the Cardinals.
On that last play, I'm not sure if Sullivan never got it to Ashbeck, and that's where the fumble occurred, or if Sullivan pulled it in and lost control on the fake. And again, nothing doing inside whatsoever. Look at the Royals just swarm the ball carrier, Peyton Montgomery. They're going to give him 2 yards on the carry, so it'll be second down and 8 as we come to the final minute of the third quarter with the Royals on top 34-7. Going to give it to Montgomery again. He's fighting to try to get to the outside, but he cannot. And I think that most of what he gained a moment ago has been lost on this carry. They're going to give him the line of scrimmage on forward progress, but no more. And it will be 3rd and 8. Three receivers to the short side. They're going to throw that way quickly on a screen play, and it's going to net a first down across the 30-yard line. Rosemeyer making the catch. Those other receivers split to the far side, blocking for him and allowing him to get the necessary yardage for the first down and move it up to the 31-yard line. 11 seconds for the half. We'll see if they'll try to sneak in a play before the third quarter ends. Ball has not yet been marked ready for play. They're going to say he was out of bounds, and that's why the clock was stopped there. Little misdirection, and again, Montgomery going absolutely nowhere as Joe Grundhofer just gave him a big old bear hug and slung him to the ground for a big loss on the play. Loss of at least 3 yards. That's the end of the third quarter. Assumption gets a pair of touchdowns in the third. They lead it 34-7 as we go to the fourth. You're watching Assumption Royal football on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media.
818-1755.
Royals beginning this fourth quarter with a 27-point edge on the Thorp Cardinals, looking to carry a month's worth of momentum into the playoffs next week. It's a 2nd down and 12 for Thorp. Montgomery slips one tackle. And look at how hard he has to work just to get back to the original line of scrimmage at about the 31-yard line. That front for the Royals has really played well. I'd love to be able to have instant access to some of the advanced stats like tackles for losses, because they have really mounted up for that Royal defense tonight. 3rd and long. Drost still has it. He spins out of one hit. Tries to get to the outside, but nothing doing by Craig Elson. He takes him down for a loss back at the 27-yard line.
Tackled by number 12, Craig Elson. 4th and 14.
It looks as if that Thorp has made the decision to go on 4th down and 15, trailing by 27. Rose steps out of the pocket, tucks it under, comes to the 30. He comes to the 35, but is still well short of the 1st down. So the Royals have turned the Thorp Cardinals over on downs and will start in great field position to build on this lead. But, oops, hang on. Penalty flag at the 32. Still waiting for the indication. Sideline warning against Assumption. So not a penalty, but a warning against the Royals.
Sideline warning against the Royals.
That doesn't negate the result of the play, which is the 4th down attempt failing. So here go the Royals from the Thorp 37. Oh, look at this play. It's Sullivan free and inside the 20 and down to the 12-yard line.
Jake Sullivan, the keeper.
Boy, I talked a moment ago about wanting to know how many tackles for losses the Royals had accumulated on defense. I'd like to know how many offensive plays they've had of 20 or more yards. We know they've had 3 touchdowns of 60 or more yards. But, there's another good example there. Now a flag flies here. This will be a post-play foul. He's counting the men in the huddle. I think that the referee is counting how many players that the Royals have in the huddle. And they're going to be flagged for an illegal substitution. That's the call.
Penalty against the Royals.
An illegal substitution that will cost the Royals 5 yards. But that play right there before the penalty was a 25-yard run by Jacob Sullivan off that option. And just would be really fascinated to check into those stats after the game and see how many plays of 20 to 25 yards or more the Royals have had tonight, because it's been a bunch. First and 15, and Stats is wrestled down in the backfield for a loss on the play of about a yard. Second and 16 coming up.
No gain on the play.
Oh, look at that pass to the middle for Grundhofer. Sullivan just took the snap, stood up. He didn't drop back. He just stood up and fired it for Grundhofer, who had come off the line as the tight end was running down the far hash, and he just threw it out in front of him just a bit too much. So it'll be 3rd down and 16 for the Royals. Motion man is Cole Stats. He's trying to find the edge, but he did get past one man, but then 2 Cardinals thump him at about the 15-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down and about 13 yards to go. Well, they're not going to go for it. They're going to have Godellis attempt for the Royals what will be a 32-yard field goal. 32-yard field goal. Low line drive. Did it make it through? It did.
31-yard field goal by John Godellis.
At the 8:29 mark, Godellis' 32-yard field goal makes it 37-7. I've got to do a little math for you here, folks. Godellis has scored 2 touchdowns as a pass receiver. He has successfully completed 4 extra points, and now the field goal. John Godellis has scored 19 points in the football game tonight, which isn't that unusual for a quarterback or a lead running back on the prep level, but for a wide receiver / kicker, that's a big night for John, and what is for him his final regular season game as a Royal. We have no idea if there's any opportunity for the Royals to have a home playoff game or not. We will find out that come Saturday when all the pairings and the like are released, but nice to see the Royals play so well on their final regular season home game. 37-7 Royals. Picked up at the 24-yard line. This is Montgomery across the 30 to the 32. And that's where the Thorp Cardinals will take over. Gross throwing to the far side. It's caught by Rosemeyer. Then he spins back outside, has a big play across midfield and down to the Royal 44 or so. Just did a little curl, caught the pass and turned back outside and was able to pick up some nice yards after the catch. The mist is back. Been pretty dry over the course of much of the second half, but That heavy mist is returned. Now trouble for Drost, and he's taken down. The man that got a hand on him as he stepped forward in the pocket, and who should get credit for that sack is Lucas Youngworth. Now I've got that unofficially as 6 sacks for this Royal defense tonight, and again at least that number of tackles for losses as well. 2nd down and 15 after that that sack by Youngworth. The whole front is played beautifully. The whole defense has played beautifully. Hasn't been exclusive to the front. Now the draw works here for Montgomery, and he goes all the way down to the 35-yard line. Third down and 4 after the 11-yard gain by Montgomery. 7-11 for the football game. Quarterback draw, but nothing doing. Nick Olson is the first to the quarterback that time. That looked more like a quarterback draw, so I don't believe that would be considered a sack, but it is another tackle for loss for the Royals, and it'll bring up a 4th down and 8. And there goes Drost. He's timeout been called here. Nothing's moved on the scoreboard, but you see quarterback Drost with his helmet off. He had a big old chunk of mud when he hit the turf that time.
All in the name of hurricane relief, putting together by the Assumption.
Well, now they're showing the referee the helmet. I'm not sure exactly what that was about. We thought initially it was just some mud. See, look at the face just go right into the turf. That's what happened there. So that'll be the first. The official says that Thorp did not need to use a timeout, that he would give them time for cleaning up that helmet. So no timeout charged to Thorp. Dorst throws the middle screen. Montgomery slips away. He's on his way outside to the 20, to the 15, and he's fighting inside the 10 and near the 5-yard line. Well-designed middle screen, and then Montgomery helped things out by breaking a couple of tackles. And that makes those folks happy, those who made the trip down from Thorp tonight. The mark comes at the 8-yard line. 1st and goal from the 8 for the Cardinals. Looking to throw near side. No, Dorst will throw. Now he's got a man wide open and completes it for the touchdown. Quade Webster. So it's Drost to Webster. 8-yard touchdown to make it 37-13. Thorp will go for 2 here. No, they will not. They're lining up now for the extra point. Jacob Rosemeyer will try to kick it through, and he does. No, they say that's wide to the near side. Okay, kicked it well, but did not kick it accurately. 37-13 remains our score. 5:56 to go, fourth quarter. Royals on top, and looking forward to the playoffs next week. Little onside kick here. Ball's loose and recovered by Thorp. The question is did it go far enough? But was it touched by a Royal? The ball did not go 10 yards. And that's what some of the fans on the near side are hollering out. It didn't go 10 yards. Did they rule that it was touched? It's Assumption ball. It was recovered and touched down by Thorp, but it didn't go 10 yards, and so Assumption gets it where it was touched at the 48. Never made it 10 yards. Did not touch Matt Hazel, so it's Royal football. Teddy Ashbeck's playing quarterback now. Hand off for a gain of 2 on the play. Craig Elson, the ball carrier.
Craig Elson picks up a couple, be 2nd and 8.
Second down and 7 as the Royals just want to get this, use up every second of the play clock. Inside handoff to the 43-yard line. Ball carrier is Aiden Elson. Aiden, a junior running back, but it'll be interesting next year because Craig Elson, Cole Statz, and Aiden Elson will all return next year. Of course, quarterback Jacob Sullivan will graduate. Teddy Ashbeck will graduate, and but a lot of those other skill players will be back next year. And again, Ashbeck just milking the clock. Gives to Aiden Nelson, who comes to the 41-yard line. It's going to be 4th down. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 4th and 4.
4th down.
Some of those important linemen, however, will also be graduating, and they'll be tough to replace, won't they? They've played excellent football this year. 4th down, punt team is on. Oh, big pressure, but Gedelis got it away. And through the traffic, Drost makes the fair catch at about the 22-yard line.
John Gedelis punt. Fair catch by Reese Drost.
Well, fans, this is about as good as the season can end for you, because you get Jacob Sullivan back and he gets to play 2 games after the injury. So he's got those 2 games under his belt before the playoffs. You're on a month-long winning streak. and you probably play your best game from a whole team concept, defensively, offensively, special teams. You probably play your tightest, cleanest game of the year in your final game. And here's an interception, return for a touchdown, and this is Cole Stats who picks it off and brings it in for the Royals. Drost in the pocket and just read beautifully by Stats, who takes it in to make it 43-13. Second interception of the night. I mean, the Royals, the sacks, the tackles for losses, the interceptions, they've been dominant defensively, had a ton of solid play and big plays offensively. That's what I mean by that play just made my point about how the Royals really couldn't go into the playoffs on a better note than this game tonight and all that's happened in the last 5 days.
Score now reads Royals 43, the Cardinals 13.
Right at 20 yards on the interception return. Fidelis' line drive kick. Drost has it at the 20. And down he goes. Craig Elson at the 29-yard line makes the stop.
Free throws for the return. Craig Elson with the tackle. First and 10 for the Cardinals.
Montgomery has room in the middle on the draw to the 40 and all the way up here to midfield.
Payne Montgomery with the carry, first down for the Cardinals.
Spreading the Royals out with the pass look formations, and of course with the 30-point deficit in the football game, do not necessarily play the run first, do you? And that's why now they're having some success running inside. Not that time in particular, though. Nice job by Josh Dockel. He's a 6', 240-pound junior who will play a very big role next year on the line. And when we say that in a program of this nature, the line, we mean both offensively and defensively. 2nd and 8 with 2:20 for the game. Drost still has it. Oh, look at him hit there at the line of scrimmage. It's Dockel again, and that time he had some help from who else but Cole Stats.
Third down.
So many young men have had big nights tonight. It's really hard to focus on too many individuals in light of the team effort. So it's 3rd and 9. Thrown short. Rosemeyer dropped it at the 43. And that will bring up 4th down and 9 for Thorp.
4th and 9.
Thrown out here short to Rosemeyer, and no first down because of Cole Stats' open field tackle. So the Royals get it over on downs with a minute and a half to go. They'll just get in that victory formation and take a knee for 2 or 3 snaps here, and that will put a lid on the regular season, in which the Royals will have won exactly 2/3 of their football games. Now some of the seniors coming out to recognition by the crowd. Joe Grundhofer had a huge night tonight, 2.5 sacks unofficially. That big pass play in which he lateraled it to Elson for the touchdown. Royals here just wanting to take it all the way down. Ashbeck takes a knee at 48 seconds. And now 2 more seniors come out. Lucas Youngworth and Matt Hazel come out. Get a big round of applause from the senior night crowd. And the final play of the game. An explosive night, offensively, defensively. Special teams was rock solid, and the Royals finished the regular season at 6-3 with a 43-13 win over the Thorp Cardinals. And now we, like you, await the releasing of the brackets on Saturday to find out who the Royals will be playing in the playoffs and where next week. It has been our joy to bring you 5 home Royal games this year on the various platforms of Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Our partners in cable, Solaris Channel 3 and Charter Channel 985, and then the Wisconsin Rapids Community Media platforms, which include live streaming on Facebook and also the Wisconsin Rapids Community Media.com homepage, where you can watch this game again on demand. Our videographer and tape delayed editor producer is Artnep Getzik, and our live council engineer producer was David Ballerstein. I'm Milt Van Natta. It's been a joy to bring you Royal football this year right here on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media.